Good afternoon one and all again. Welcome back to post-lunch sessions. So we'll be starting with the session with Mr. Alokhnath, Innovation Manager at Manage Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Alok comes with a decade of experience with the majority of it in startup ecosystem. He started with financial institutions, then moved to incubation setup at ICR, Central Plant Research Institute, CPCRI in Kasaragod. Here he spent a considerable amount of time guiding startups on technology transfer and how to commercialize the technology transfer and various training programs. Then he spent some time at Kerala Agriculture University under archive of that program as business manager, where he is handling multiple projects and startups there. Then he joined Manage Incubation Setup as Innovation Manager. Close to past 15 months, he's been with us. Over to you, Alok, please. You are on mute, Alok.
Thank you, Raj, for your wonderful introduction. I'm just taking up. So shall I share the screen?
Yes, please.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, all good. You can start.
Okay. So the session which I'm going to take is conversion of idea to business. It's a very small session, but a very important session. You all know every business, the baseline is an idea. The idea will develop into a business and from there to unicorn phase. So this session is going to be useful for only those students who wish to start an agripreneurship career. If you are looking for a white collar job, this session is not going to help for sure. Those who are into agripreneurship, those who have a passion towards developing a business, then this session is going to be helpful. So nowadays, compared to the previous generation, like most people are interested in starting their own business. Usually in our backward generation, most people looking for having a white collar job or a secured job life. But now the scenario has been totally different. Now many people are entering into the agribusiness career. Many people are starting their own businesses. The students also having that passion to group up and to start a business. So this is a session. If you have an idea, whatever I am saying, just relate that with your idea. Then only this session is going to be understandable or relatable for you. Say for example, you have an idea for say for what avocado based any product. So whatever I am saying, just think in that aspect. Try to connect that with your idea. Then or else it will be like a lecture session. So always try to relate with your idea and please take the liberty to stop me at any point if you have any questions. Because I would prefer to have an interactive session rather than a lecture. Because you all had a good lunch and definitely will be feeling sleepy. The afternoon session, that is the main thing. And this is also an online session. So I just give you all the liberty to interfere whenever you're having a doubt or question. Okay. So my name is Alokhnath, as told. I am working as an innovation manager in Manage Hyderabad. So these are the basic things which I am going to cover. These are the basic things which in what we say initial phase when you're idea stage, you have to work on all these kind of things. So vision, mission, objective, what executive summary, market analysis, company and management summary, execution, financial plan. These are the basic things an entrepreneur who having a passion to develop an idea into a business should understand it. So in a one line, it is very easy to say conversion of idea to business, but it includes many work, many practical things to be done, many hurdles of tasks to convert that idea into a business. The process is I am going to explain in detail. First thing you should have a vision. That is a basic thing. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are not even an entrepreneur, it's a common thing. If you are also looking for a career in any other sector, if you're looking for a job, anything, you always should have a vision. That's a common phenomena for everyone. So related to business, if you have a vision, then what you want to be in future? What is your goal? that has to be streamlined. Then vision. To achieve the vision, what you're going to do, your activities, how are you going to achieve the vision? That what we call it a mission. And your objective. Objective means what is the problem? What is the problem you're going to solve with your business? Like every business is a solution for a problem. If you take a small pin, that pin, if you take a pin, that is a solution for knotting the papers together. So every business is a solution for a problem. This is the main three things you want in your mind before entering into, even in the initial, before your initial step, you should have a key note about these three things. What is your vision, your mission, and your objective? What is the sector, what is the problem which you're going to address? So executive summary. What is the executive summary? So opportunities are understanding your business potential, understand the customer need. This comes under an executive summary, the opportunity. What problem you're going to address? And for that problem, what innovative solution you had made? That what we call an your idea. Suppose you have identified a particular problem in the market and you are trying to solve it. So you have to come with an innovative solution because the problem is still there. That means none of the earlier people or a business person are not able to solve it in a proper way. That's why the problem still exists. So you should always come with an innovative solution to solve the existing problem. Simple as that. Market demand for your solution. If you have a solution, innovative solution, you have to understand it should have a market demand. Then only that solution will work. Say, for example, I will tell you that in a patenting thing, one person had developed a bird diaper. Bird diaper. Actually, it is a solution for a problem that birds have been excreting around. But who going to use that? Who going to use that bird diaper? Your solution should have a market demand. It's not like you feel it's an innovative solution, but it doesn't have any market relevancy, then definitely it's going to fail in the market. So these are the three things when you talk about identity, you have to identify the problem. You have to come with a valid innovative solution. Then understanding your competitor. That is a must thing. Many of the company fail by launching the product without understanding the competitor, even though it's an high company. Say, for example, Dettol is a product which been predominant in the market. Savlon is a product which has launched in the same line of Dettol. Even though it's a huge invested company, they utterly failed to capture the market because that Dettol is so much dominant in that. So that is the issue. Even though we having a good financial backup, even though we having a good business plan, but you didn't understand, you didn't study the competitor in the best possible way, definitely the business is going to make an issue in growing up. So understanding your competitor is a key thing. Why choose us over competitor? Why a customer choose us? That is the first question. What is the uniqueness in my product that makes the customer choose you? What is your advantage over competitor? What to get better than when you compare with your competitor, you should understand why the customer is selecting their particular product or service. Then you have to work on that particular area, which can make one step ahead from your competitor. And definitely, if it is a innovative, novel thing which you have developed, the product or service or process or technology, then definitely you have to patent it. Okay, or else copies of the same product always will generate because childhood onwards, we all know we all have a tendency to copy things. In the business world itself, it is same. So if you have an innovative business thing like product or technology or anything, definitely look forward to patenting it rather than keeping it open. Okay. Then there is some live example in the market where the patented, the copied things had become more successful than the original business model. That happened in our market. So if it's an innovative solution, definitely go for patenting it. And expectation, your financial target, what is your financial target, sales target, it's a general sense. Okay, what are the sales you're going to generate? All these you should have an idea. That's what's expectations actually. Market analysis. How are you going to sell your product? That's what we call as a market analysis, understanding your market. Definitely everyone can produce the product. Marketing is the biggest challenge. So you should always give a priority consideration for marketing. First, product, price, place, and promotion. You all know these are the 4 P's of marketing. What is the product you have decided? What is the price? When you are deciding the price, you have to parallelly decide which class of customer you are targeting. Alto, the car cost is 4 lakhs. So it is definitely targeting a middle class. BMW, it it's like 45 to 50 lakhs is starting price. So definitely it's targeting an upper class of people. And Bentley, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, it's a starting from 3 to 5 crore. So definitely they are targeting a higher affluent category of people. My point is, whenever the you decide the price of the product, it automatically target particular class of customers. So product pricing is highly important. And place, and it should be easily accessible for everyone. That's the place is cool. And promotion. Definitely you have to promote the product, marketing strategies, advertisement strategies, promotional activities. So what are the promotional activities you're going to do to make your product, you make awareness about your product, whether you want to launch a single product or diversified product line. Some startup will be launching with a single product, and there are some who have been launching a diversified product. So, for example, if you take Boost, they only have one flavor. They just launch one flavor in between, but they stick with them one flavor. But we take about Horlicks. There are women's Horlicks, junior Horlicks, mothers Horlicks. They are targeting the emotions of customer, and they derived as a mini line of products. So both kind of strategies are there. Either you can go for a single product, focused on single product strategy, or else diversified product strategy, which the Horlicks is following. And identify the market segment, like I told, which class of customer you are targeting based on pricing. That happen usually majorly. Availability of raw material. When your starter, if you say product, particular product, the availability of raw material should be there. That will affect, if it is not there in the country, it will affect the pricing of the product. Say, for example, you are making a product which is of dragon fruit or something. Anyway, now it is available in India, but earlier time that is not popular. That is not readily available. You have to export that product from Thailand and all. So they when you're exporting a particular raw material from the outer abroad country, definitely the price of the product also varies. So availability of raw material is a factor when you're starting a business. Advertisement, promotional methodologies, and go-to-market strategy. How are you going to reach the customer? Market size, how many customers will be there? How many customers having that problem which you are trying to solve? That give an idea of how much sale you're going to make. Understanding the competitor and market trend that I already explained. So company and management summary. These are the process which will structure your company. That registration of your company, which you're looking for, limited LLP, private limited company, one-person company, partnership company, proprietorship company, which is the company legal entity you are forming. Department and functional area required, which are the department. If you're in a service area, then the service sector, service side of your department should be strong. If you are looking for a supply chain, then the supply chain side of the department should be strong. So what is the department and functional area you are focusing on? Location plan, that I thought easily accessible should be the location. Type of building, either it's a rent or commercial own kind of building, and machineries and equipments required. These are the things which you have to work on. You can note it down also, because these are the important thing, because it's not easy to shift from idea to startup. There are lengthy process are there, lengthy workout homework you have to do on it. So what kind of machineries, if you have an idea of production, some kind of drink or something, what kind of machineries, what kind of packaging material, what is its cost, what is its shelf life, how long it will preserve the product from decaying. So all these kind of things you have to work on, even including office furnitures. What all furnitures you want, AC or computers, laptops. This also you have to work an idea. Then execution summary, understanding the human resources, like building an efficient team. That team, the full form itself, together everyone can achieve more. That itself stands for the abbreviation of team. So without team, it is very hard to escalate in a business. A single man, it is hard. So there should be a strong team to scale up our business. So recruitment of manpower is an important thing, and definition of specific manpower function. If you are starting a business in which particular area, what all sector, what all departments should be there in your business, either finance department, HR department, it's not necessary for everyone. So marketing department, whether it is required. So what all department your company required. This also you have to do a groundwork. Whatever I'm saying is kind of practical thing. Don't take it as a lecture thing. It's as a practical thing. If you are planning, if you are really serious about doing a business, entering into an entrepreneurship career, these are the specific things you have to work on even before approaching a financial institute for loan or financial support. Either you're approaching an angel investor or venture capitalist for a backup money, backup funding. Definitely, all these are the factors which you should have an idea. While escalating all these kind of terms, they will also get impressed. Okay, this guy is serious. He has some key knowledge about what he's going to do. He having a backup plan. Such kind of impression will build up if you have an exact execution summary, marketing plan, all these kind of things which I am trying to explain here. So building a team is also a very crucial and important part. As I told, together everyone can achieve more. That is a single thing in team. And financial statement. You should have an estimate of how much fund you require, how you going to get the fund. That also you should have an idea. Whether it's an own fund or you're getting a grant from government or some subsidiary scheme you are going to apply or loan or any other sources like venture capitalist or angel investor. So what is the requirement of fund? One thing, and how you going to get the fund. Two things are there. How much fund do you want to start your business and how you're going to get that fund. These are the two plans, simple. So keep an estimate of your fund requirement. So these are the main thing you should work on while starting to get an estimate of how much fund you require. Say for example, in a went to a venture capitalist, you are giving a pitching. Then you are saying like, okay, I need 65 lakh to start my company. Then he will ask the split up, okay, 65 lakh in what all site, in what all section you want 65 lakh. Then you should done the groundwork to explain in such a way that you should not split up for fund. So these are the key factors where the fund split up goes on. One is capital asset, which include building, land, equipment, machineries, all these sides. That is called a capital asset. Working capital, day-to-day running process, salaries, raw material, all these expenses which you have to face to run the company in a daily manner, that falls under working capital. Variable cost, electricity bill, labor charge, all these things, variable input it will come. So price of finished good, that is a crucial thing. The price of finished goods you have to, that is MRP. MRP of the product has can only be decided based on the investment you are making in your company. That helps you to get the MRP of the product. How much cost, how much capital, how much working capital is being invested to produce a particular product. That help to evaluate or assume what is the cost for your product and fund percentage required to reinvest in your business. If you are getting a profit, you should decide a percentage, a particular percentage of fund which has to be again invested in business. It might be for scaling up, purchase of new advanced machinery, purchase of new high-end capacity machinery, or for giving advertisement, promotional activities. No, there should always a particular percentage of fund. You should always keep it safe to reinvest in your business, especially in the initial 5 to 6 years of your business startup. I hope still it is clear. If anyone has any doubt, you can please interact with me. As I already told you, you all have the liberty to interject in between if you have any doubt. I really don't want to sound like a lecture. That's the key thing. Or else we really feel like we are talking to a computer. It feels interactive when people interact with us, ask doubt, clear doubt. It feels good. Anyway, this is the journey of idea to market. Kindly note down this point. This is very specific. This is the exact step of converting an idea to market. The earlier 5 slides counts the overall startup methodologies. What all things do you have to work on to convert an idea? The marketing side, what you have to work on. Financial side, what you have to work on keyly. In HRM, like manpower side, what is the main thing you have to work on? That all has been explained in the previous 5 slides. And this slide explaining the exact step of converting an idea to a business. First thing is, of course, I told you, you have to figure out an idea. Rather than coming with an idea, you have to figure out the problem. So you have to figure out the problem. Idea won't come from just like that from scratch. You have to understand the problem. That is a basic thing. If any of the students listening to my session now, you have a passion towards starting an entrepreneurship career, then first thing you have to understand, you have to study what is the problem in the market. Still it is there. Even though someone has solved the problem, but it is not in a perfect level. It can add more easiness or what we say, so for example, coconut climbing machine. One Chemberi model is the first machine which has been developed. So before that, one machine was developed. Sorry, that is not a first machine. One person had developed a coconut climbing machine, which is okay. The product is there. It is innovative. That machine is innovative. And the person can easily climb the coconut tree using that machine. Even though it is properly working, it lacks safety. This doesn't have any safety. So other person added a belt, so it got the safety feature. That is an innovation. Okay, he made some changes in the pedal. He make a security belt, safety belt in it. So it make more safety. Then comes the Chamberi model of coconut climbing. That person, what he innovated the machine in a more easy way. Even a woman, like even a woman can easily climb that using that. There is no hardship involved in climbing the coconut using that machine. So it's like already a person might have a solution for this problem, but that solution can be more improved, more innovative way we can improve that solution. So that's what I meant. So even though there is a problem which is already solved, but it is not solved in its best possible way, then there also you can work on. So first simple method is understand the problem which you're going to solve. Based on that, go into an idea solution. After that, scope of your idea in the market. Like I told you an example with that bird diaper. It's not like you have an idea, okay, this is clicked. No. If you have an idea, you have to understand the scope of that particular idea in the market. That is the important thing. So for that, what you will do? You have to validate the idea. First step is, okay, you identify the problem, then you generate an idea for that, then you understand, then you discuss, and okay, it have a scope in the market. My idea is not a waste of energy. It can be converted into business. It have a potential. It have a need in the market. Then the third step is validation of your idea. You have to do some trials. You have to validate that idea with discussing with expert or mentors or consultants. So the process is conducting trials and research. You have to conduct a trials for that. You have to do in-depth research. You can search in the internet. You can discuss with an expert person in that particular area. Then you can validate. Even if it is a product, then you can do some lab work and you can get lab report. So all these kind of things, trial work, research thing. So all these kind of things happen in the fourth phase. Then that we said already, seeing an expert and mentor. So they will give you more input. So here actually the role of incubators are also there. You might be heard about agribusiness incubator. They are also came in the fifth step. So discussing with an incubator, discussing with an expert. So your idea will get more valuable input to escalate into better level. So based on their input, you have to refine your idea based on competitive analysis, that USP, unique selling proposition, that always you have to give dominant consideration for the competitor, because I already told you an example of Dettol and Savlon. So competitive, even though how better your idea is, But if another market player is doing better than your product, then definitely people will always have a tendency to pick their product. They should feel that our product is somewhat better. So that is why the competitive advantage or competitive analysis is highly important. The unique factor should be there for your product or service, whichever you are launching. So conduct a market study for your idea, customer feedback, product types, market survey. All this comes under this sector. So you have to conduct a market study. If you through trial you had made a product, then you have to take the opinion of the customers, because end of the day customer is the king. So you have to take the customer opinion based on their feedback. You have to refine your product. You have to add some more component. It's totally, or you have to remove some component. It's totally based on the customer survey. So market survey is also a very important step to refine your product in a better way. Understanding the competition. So that I already told, we understand the competition. Who all are the same players in the market, same player who is addressing the problem which you are trying to solve, and how you can be better compared to that competitor. And the company formation. There, when once you are almost done, you can go for company formation and trademark and patenting that I already mentioned. If you find your product or your service or your technology or your process is an innovative, no one in the globe is been following that, then you can definitely go for patenting, or else someone will copy your idea and they might be do better than you, and that person will become success in the market. So if it's an innovative, if it's unique, if it's novel, you find it, so definitely go for patenting. I always recommend that. Then create your business plan or DPR. Creating a DPR is a Herculean task. So lots of factors are there. It usually we approach some business expert or a chartered accountant to prepare the financial part of it. But I always recommend to try to understand the format of business plan or DPR and try to prepare by yourself. Then you will get an exact idea how your DPR, you will get the exact skeleton of that DPR. Then it will be easy for you to understand. I have seen some of the starter who had help, he had got the help of a second party to prepare the detailed project report. Then when we ask some question, they are not key, they don't have any key knowledge about it because it has been prepared by a second party. So you always try to prepare detailed project report by yourself. And preparing an impressive pitch deck. Definitely, when you are starting the company, you have to give certain pitches for venture capital or investor or government institute or anywhere where there is an opportunity for getting the fund. So definitely there is a pitch deck. Pitch deck is PPT. What is your business idea? How much fund requirement is here? What is your business strategy? What is your scope in the market? So product validation. So all these kind of whichever is required for a pitch deck. I'm not diving into that side. It's itself a topic. Pitch decks for business pitching. So in simple words, so pitch deck is highly important to create an impression for getting fund mainly investors. So that part comes under there. And after that, finding the initial capital or meeting the necessities. How are you going to arrange the fund? Because that step where you have to start your business. And find support and definitely build your team. There, here you have to build your team. This is a step you have to focus on building the team. And find investors for your idea, funding support, and solidify your brand and promote your business. And while entering into the business sector, the first step you have to take is building a brand. Building a brand is highly important because your future business depends on brand. You all know, like I don't have to explain the value of brand in the mindset of customer. Nike, Puma, Adidas, Asus, Apple, Samsung, they all have been they have been built a reputed image in the market. No matter what product they come with, definitely the customer will be there to pick it up. If on sudden they Lays comes with an PepsiCo company, Lays comes with an what we say banana chips, definitely there will be a customer to buy it. If the Lays come with a what we say coconut chips, customer will be there to buy it. But if a new startup come with an coconut chips, there won't be any customer in the initial phase to buy it just like that. So brand dominate the mind of customers. That factor is there. Once you have established your brand, your journey is almost smooth. So in the initial phase, you have to focus on building brand rather than generating a profit. Profit definitely is necessary for your future line pathway to get secure, but definitely building a brand is a priority thing. Some tips at idea stage. If you are in idea stage, definitely all these tips it will be helpful for you. The first thing is be passionate. It's kind of general. It's not into the topic. It's a general thing which I felt. It's like if you're in an idea stage, these are the main things you have to expect, because I have seen many people who have been passionate, but when it take delay in getting the process done, they automatically lose that passion. It's like losing the air from the balloon. Their passion is being concealed. Taking time being that passion, they will lose up and they will enter into a common job sector. So these are some of the tips you have to train your mind if you are looking for a career in agri-business sector, not in agri-business sector, in generally in any business sector. So you have to be passionate about the business and you have to completely engage in it. It's not like, okay, I have an idea, I will try to make it happen. Okay, if I got a grant, I will do the business. Okay, if I have this person in my team, then I will do the business. No, it is your idea. You should have a drive. You should have that passion to get that into it. If you don't have that passion, please don't go into any business sector, because if you don't have a driving force for that, definitely you will lose that air, you will lose that passion in between and will end up in any unsuccessful side. So definitely you should have an energetic passion towards the business to into the business. So, or second thing, always keep innovation and improving. You are always keep on improving your product. You might be seeing good day, even dairy milk, everything is been they already have established the brand. They already have a large group of customer. Even though they start improving it, every time you can see in the packet new, because they want to attract. That's a kind of marketing strategy. They want to attract the customer by improving. They might not have made an improvement. They might only have made improvement in the packet, even though they mention as new, improved. So that is a kind of strategy which people already using. People have a tendency to buy it again. Okay, it has been improved. Okay, it has been new. So something new will be there. So even though honestly you can make in that, you can play in that, you can innovate your product. It's not like you have to be stick with the same formula always. You can try and innovate, trying different flavors, all this kind of thing you can play with in the business and build relationships and reach out when you need it. If you are going to be an entrepreneurship pathway, definitely you have to give predominant consideration building relationship. Trust me, you don't know when a particular person will help you in any point of time. So you should always keep building a relationship with the clients, any high-end client, maybe VIP, anyone, no matter if it's been a high-end client. So everyone, you have to build that attitude of building relationship. Stay tuned about the market trends and competitor. That I believe you all know what's important of understanding the market trend. The classic example is Nokia. They've been highly predominant in the market, but they totally fail to understand the market trend and implement the innovations in their product. They totally failed it. It's a live classic example. From itself, that line is totally clear for you. Understand the competitor, understanding the market trend. Prepare delayed gratification. That is a very catchy point, actually. If people invest their time, people invest their everything in the business, then after 2 months there is no return. After 1 month there is no return. After 2 years also there is no high return. Then people will lose that hope. So always accept for a delayed gratification, delayed benefit. Train your mind like that. Hardship is there in the initial phase when you're entering into a business career. And remember that you are also a customer. Whenever you are developing a product, whenever you are targeting a particular class of customer, always remember that you are also a customer. Don't think like a businessman. If you're thinking like a businessman, it's hard to get the solution. Always think as a raw customer. Then it is easy to get solution for your problem, for your business concerns. As end of the day, we are targeting on the customer. So think like a customer. Definitely you will get a good solution for your problems or concerns related to business. Never compromise the quality. That you all know, never compromise the quality. And don't reveal your innovative idea before setting up. I have seen people participating for innovative, what we say, business competitions. So all these kind of things which happens, and you will be revealing your idea. Once it is revealed, it can't be claimed as unique. So once it is unique, once it is not unique, you can't go for patenting. That thing is there. So it's always good to keep your innovative idea in the kind of little secret until it's not been into the park before launching to market. These are the key factors you have to look for before launching into the market. Don't hurry to launch the product. I have seen some startups which been hurriedly launch the product and got the customer feedback for further refinement, but it has been failed because of startup. You might be knowing Samsung used this strategy while they are launching any mobile phone. Say for example, S22 Ultra, they had been launched recently on March. It having lots of bug issue, camera issue, everything is there. They haven't fixed it in the earlier stage. They launched the product in the market. While getting the customer feedback, they give the firmware software to fix it. But they can do it. They are an established player in the market. So they can do it. But for a startup, no one can take that risk. So you have to refine your product, perfectize your product in a best way before launching it in the market. Conduct market survey, consider customer feedback, refine your product based on that. Conduct trial, error, improvement methodology, like conduct any number of trials. If it is a food product, approach any of the incubating where the particular machines is available producing that particular product. Produce it, give to customer, get the feedback. Again, if you're failing, improve it, give the product to customer. Like trial, error, improvement. That is a classic method to launch the product, to get that product in its perfectly refined mode. Refine the product at its best. So this is the slide where we said competitive study tips. So this is how we have to understand the competitor. I had already used the word competitive study. So it is for your information that these are the steps involved in understanding the competitor. First thing is, if you have an idea, if you have a solution for that, whatever it is, so you understand shortlist the leading competitor. If I am going into an any particular sector, so what all the competitor in that market? If I am going for potato chips, it's a simple example I am giving. If for potato chips, then Bingo is there, Lay's is there, one, three, four companies are there producing a potato chip. These are my competitors. So that is how you have to shortlist the competitor. Analyze why their product are dominating in the market. Just understand the reason why their product is dominating. Is it because of their flavor? Is it because of their quantity? Is it because of their quality? Is it because of their packaging style? Or is it because of the brand loyalty? Understand their if the brand loyalty is the thing, then you can't do anything, to be honest, in the initial phase of your business. So analyze why their product, why the competitor product is dominating in the market, why customer choose their product, what are the reasons which make the tendency to the customer to pick the product. Then these are the steps you can note it down. Due to lack of time, just rushing up. So what are their specialty lineup of product? What are the lineup of product they have? What are their offers? What are promotion of buy one get one free, 20% extra? What are the offers they are keeping? What is their selling price? That is highly important. Which selling price decides the class of customer. What are their marketing strategy, how they are marketing the product, and what is the brand value that I already told. What is the USP, unique selling proposition or competitive advantage? What are their means competitor. Okay, I hope it is clear. There it's represented as competitor. What are their customer service activity? How strong is their customer service? How they are satisfying the customer with their service? So what are their customer acquisition strategy? In their loyalty programs will be there, some points will be there, like what we say, Amazon Prime is there. Like we have to pay 1,499 to get as a special privilege. Geo also is there. So every company having customer loyalty program, which make the customer to stick with their brand. So based on it, just make your product ready. So this is the most important thing. It's a kind of saying developing an entrepreneurship career is not easy. It's a Herculean task. So be ready to make compromise at your and work around the clock. You have to compromise your time, you have to compromise your family, and be ready to work around the clock. It's a general thing. And in the initial phase of your business, never target the profit. I already told that. Never target the profit. You have to go for building the brand and customer acquisition. And this is the definition for brand building. Those who not know, it's a very simple definition. So brand building is nothing but earning the trust of the customer by delivering supreme quality product and customer service. Brand building is nothing like just getting trust from the customer. How you get the trust from the customer? By delivering good quality product and definitely the customer feedback. No matter if the product is good. Say for example, I have bought an Apple watch, but after service is not good, definitely I won't be purchasing the same product again. So quality of the product and customer service is equally important if you are targeting to build a brand. And I think this is a general thing, like you can even take a photo for this. This is if you are approaching an incubator, agribusiness incubator to develop your idea into business. These are the kind of supports an agribusiness incubator can extend for you to flourish your business. These kind of developing DPR, skill development training, marketing support, developing project report, product refinement. So all this kind of training, hands-on training. So all this kind of support will be extended by incubators across India. There are many incubators out there. You can just search in the net incubators and you will get some incubator data. Based on that, understand which incubator, which government institute your idea falls on. Based on that, you can approach them. Most of the incubators are most welcoming. Like Manage is also an incubator supporting for developing startup culture across the country. So these are some of the activities involved by the incubators. So thank you. That's a quick session, I know, and it's an important session also. I already told those who are really passionate, those who are really looking into developing a career in agribusiness sector. For them only this session is going to helpful, and others it will be like a lecture for sure. So if any questions are there, you can shoot. Definitely the forum is open for question. If you have any question, you can definitely ask, or else you can even write an email. My email and contact number is given below. Uh, this first number is also available in WhatsApp. You can also reach me if you have any doubt. We all are happy to support you all being a student. You all are future ecosystem developer, economic developer of India. So we all are looking forward to support you all and really happy to support you all. Any further questions are there from the audience?
Sir, requested to use chat or raise your hand. Any question you have from for Mr. Alok?
I think Yura, they will take up the question in the email, and anyway, it's already delayed. So shall I take a leave then? If no further questions are not there.
Okay, no issues. We thank
Okay.
Alok for his time. Thank you very much, Alok. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you to all the students and faculties there who have been given the patience to listen to my lecture, listen to my session, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Okay. On this note, we thank Alok and we welcome our next speaker for today, Mr. Praveen, our new manager finance under our Care Avatar program. So he is maybe new to manage, but not to incubation system. So he himself was a banker to start with, engineer plus MBA. And then he worked for a federal bank for a good amount of time, close to 3 years. Then he introduced himself to startup ecosystem and academics. So he worked for in Karnataka, a couple of universities where he was guiding startups as well as students into entrepreneurship. Then he got into Agri Startup Ecosystem and Archive after in University of Agriculture Sciences, Harvard. So there he has spent close to 18 to 20 months supporting startups majorly from Karnataka region. So on this, with this note, we welcome Praveen for the today's session. Praveen, over to you. You are on mute, Praveen. Can you hear me, Praveen?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. How about you?
Yes, it's good now. You were on mute. That could be the reason. No issues, please.
Okay. Hope my
All
screen
the
is visible.
yes, you can make it full screen.
Yeah.
It's now all good, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm going to take a quick session on opportunities for innovation in agriculture sector. The previous speaker, my colleague, Mr. Alok, has given you a glimpse of what is the idea all about and how to generate ideas, validate it. So basics of the agriculture related business ideas, right? So now I'm going to take you through the innovation in agriculture sector. So before going to this, you need to understand any startup or any business. So definitely the success depends on how big problem they are going to solve, which big problem they are going to solve, and how effectively they are going to solve. So in order to understand this, they need to diagnose the problem properly and also understand what is the business opportunity lying in this. So here also, agriculture also, there are a lot of problems that we come around, and there are ample amount of opportunities for people like you to innovate and come up with innovative startup ideas, products, or solutions. So I want this session to be interactive rather than me speaking. I want you guys to participate in the session and interact with me. Uh, so here is a slide which is asking you like what are the problems related to agriculture. So can somebody tell me what are problems that you know related to agriculture domain? You can name them. Anybody can unmute themselves and talk. Hope I'm audible. Yes, there are so many people here. Yeah, who wants to take initiative? Any problems that you know regarding agriculture? Yeah, Arpita is telling problem. Veeresh convincing farmer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Arpita, while conventional farming. I want you people to unmute yourself and speak aloud because typing the answers in the chat box is very easy. I want you to come out of that what you can say comfort zone. I want you people to participate. Yeah, Arpita Singh, can you unmute yourself? Okay, mic is locked. Fine, not an issue. Okay, you can put your answers in the chat box so that I can go through. What are the problems that agriculture sector is facing, especially the farmers? What are the important problems? Okay, Sahana is telling outdated technology. Yes, very rightly said. Leslie is telling low use of farm mechanization. Yes, correct. Okay, Veeresh is telling about skills. Vika is telling use of more fertilizers than required. Very good answers. So let us understand some of the major problems that most of our farming community is facing one by one. The major problems are like this. The first one is scarcity of getting the skilled laborers for doing the farm related works. So you know that government is giving all subsidy related stuff to these people, and they can get rice, wheat, all those basic things at a very low cost, and it's more or less like more people are not ready to do hard work. They are getting all the benefits from the government. So that is one major problem which has created scarcity of skilled labors, right? So what happens? Any farmer who is really interested to proper farming activity in his or her farm, so they have to depend on these skilled labors. So you cannot do a particular farming activity throughout the year. There are specific crops that has to be taken care of the climatical considerations, right? So you need to sow the seeds on the right time so that you can get the yield regular whatever time that is prescribed, right? So what happens even not getting labors, delaying getting labors for a week or a month also, that can hamper their crop quality or the yield that they are expecting, right? So this is one of the major problem that our farming community is facing. The second important problem is lack of irrigation facilities. There are many farmers who are not encouraging their son or daughters to take up this farming uh, as their career, right? So they tell them, so you better go and search for jobs in some good companies. So they don't encourage their son or daughters to become farmers because lack of irrigation facilities and problem is with the climatical changes also. So because of this, it has become like a high risk business for the farmers, and even not getting enough support from the government. So many people they don't want their son or daughters to get into this farming, right? And even though government is investing huge money in constructing dams, canals, and everything, but again, reaching to the right people is still difficult. So only those people who are in the river belt areas, so they may get access to this. But what about the farmers who are away from these kind of water bodies, right? So they have to depend on rain, and if there is any delay or if there is a less amount of rain due to some environmental changes also, that leads to problem, right? So lack of irrigation facility is one of the major problem. And again, power interruption that you all know, like most of the villages in our country still doesn't have a proper power supply. So still they have to depend on single phase power most of the time, and only on a specific time duration they will get three phase power. And at that time they have to do all the farm related activities. It may be using the pump set, or it may be relating to any of the machines that they are involving. So still the power interruption problem is there. So these are some of the major problems, right? And again, soil fertility. So as you know that the NPK value, right? What most of the companies they do is they try to push their products to the farmers by claiming that their fertilizer is really good, then that can help get a good yield. But continuously using the fertilizers will definitely degrade the soil quality, and after some years, so it is very difficult for the farmers to grow crops in that field. So many of the farmers they fail, even though they have good seeds, they may not be able to grow the crops because of the poor quality of the soil or the fertility of the soil. So this is also one big problem that a country like India is facing. So even though there is awareness regarding organic farming, everything is there, but because of the demand that exists in the market for the crops, so farmers don't want to spend too much of time in all this organic farming related activities. They want quick yield, quick. Everything has to be happen in a matter of less time, right? So that is also one major problem that our farming community is facing. And as some of you rightly said, a lack of machinery. Yes, India is still using traditional methods of farming in most of the parts. So that is also one reason why we are not able to educate our farmers to adapt to the new machines, because they feel that the traditional farming is cost effective for them for some reasons. And this because of this many a times the time taken to cultivate a particular crop will be taken more time compared with the countries who uses modern agriculture related technology, right? So even the export quality goods, food products that India is supplying, right? It's not that up to the mark, because using farm machinery definitely will help our farmers to get better income. But again, there are its own challenges. They have to invest in the machineries and they have to look for the return on investment. There are so many challenges. Even though there are many support schemes from the government, there are many people who are not aware of it. Okay. And another thing, one of you highlighted better marketplace, right? So that has been addressed here. So most of the time you might have seen in the newspaper or in the news channel, or you personally might have gone through these kind of situations, right? So where you see the farmers, if they don't get a fair price for their agriculture produce, they throw all the things on the road and they just go. Because again, taking it back to their place, it's of no use. Again, they have to incur the transportation cost, right? So because of lack of better marketplace, still many farmers, even though they are doing the hard work, the middleman gets the most of the what you can say revenue. So these are some of the things that I have just mentioned here. There might be some more problems connected to each of these, right? So here we are talking about problems. So now you might ask, so what are the opportunities then? So let me give you an example here. I'll take an example apart from the agriculture sectors to make you people aware about exactly what I'm trying to convey you. First thing is, I think you might be knowing a company called Ola. So what Ola does is, you can book a cab to travel from point A to point B, from your source to destination, right? Even though if you don't own a car, you get a privilege of traveling in a car. Okay, you can choose whichever car you want. You can choose the destination where you need to get drop off, and you'll also have an option to pay cashless, right? You can pay by card, you can pay with your electronic wallets, or you can have Ola postpaid. So digital cash, right? You can use that, and you can also track where exactly you are traveling. You can share your ride details to someone, and you have an option to share your ride with other co-passengers as well. And you can also schedule your ride, right? Say suppose if you want to take a flight and you have to go to reach some destination, maybe I think for Bagalkot, the nearest airport might be Hubli. Okay, so if you want to book a cab from Hubli, like some hotel you might be staying, you can schedule from the hotel to airport. They can pick you up, right? And if you are in Bangalore, you can schedule your ride. So there are different features available in this particular app called Ola Cabs, right? So what they are trying to do is, they have identified the problem and they understood the technology is the bridging gap. They can solve this problem, and they found out a platform where they can connect with the drivers with the passengers, and they earn commission on each ride. Got it? The same way, agriculture also, there are a lot of problems. So technology can be one bridge that can definitely help to solve many problems. So let us understand this by going through some of the examples. Okay, I hope I'm clear so far. If you have any concerns, you can text in the chat box, or if everything is fine, you can just tell okay. Say okay, then I can move to the next slides. You can type in the chat box if I can move to the next slides. Yeah, get any response from you? Hope you all are listening to my session. Okay, great. Thank you, Viresh. Okay, thank you, Sri Lakshmi Arpita. Thank you. So I told the opportunity is the technology. So we call it as agri-tech. Okay. So what exactly I mean to say? So I have seen in the previous slide that labor problem is there. Adapting to farm mechanization or modern technologies is the problem, right? So here I've given an image which will give you a glimpse of what kind of solutions exist in the market. So how these companies find out an opportunity in agriculture. So I think everybody must be knowing about agriculture unmanned aerial vehicle, or we call it popularly called as drones, agriculture drones. So what they do is, so they can do harvesting, they can do the mapping of the area, and they can do the spraying of pesticides, and they can also do sensing. They will be having particular sensors that they can sense the weed, quality of the soil, the moisture content, whatnot. So now a single drone can be used to do multiple things, right? Same way, if you have seen the traditional methods of leveling the land for or preparation of the land bed for agriculture activities. So the earlier traditional method was to use the animals, okay, for the land activities. Now we have agri implements that can be attached to your tractor, and you can take them and you can do whatever activities that are required for particular crops, right? So let us understand these things by going through the examples of some of the startups whom I know personally. So it will be easy for you also to relate. Okay. I think since you are from horticulture department, definitely you might be aware of what is hydroponic system, what is aquaponics, and other things, right? And aeroponics. Okay. So this hydroponic system or aquaponics or aeroponics, definitely it's a revolutionary what you can say method that is helping many of the countries where they don't have a proper agriculture or arable land. What they do is they have this vertical farming concept or a closed tunnels or concept where they can grow some of the vegetables or some of the crop that they use on a daily basis. So even countries like Singapore, where fresh water availability is very less, even countries in the Gulf region, so they are also adapting to these innovative farm mechanization. I think you might be aware about Israel is one of the country that is pioneer in these kind of technologies, right? So there is an opportunity behind every problem. So only thing is we need to understand what exactly is the problem and how better we can solve it. So in the previous session, Alok spoke about ideation, right? Your idea, how to validate them, other things. Same way, you need to sit and brainstorm, understand the problem in a better way to find out the innovative solutions. So another important technology that is definitely helping a lot of farmers today across the globe is these sensors, soil moisture sensing sensors. So what they do is they will have a sensor attached to the tip. Okay? It will sense whether the soil is wet or dry based on the inputs, the cloud server, the whatever programming the engineers have done. So based on that, the water level will be set, and you can irrigate the particular region of the field based on the requirement. So you can minimize the water loss. Okay. And this will definitely save a lot of cost to farmers and also help in proper crop management. So even having too much of water is also bad, or having too less water is also bad for crops. So using technology to assess the minimum required water level, and definitely this is going to help a lot of farmers, and it is not a very costly affair also. So these things are available at a very damn cheap cost, and most of the farmers have started utilizing these things. Many of the polyhouses or polytunnels, they use these moisture sensors nowadays, so that helps in smart farming or smart agriculture or IoT based agriculture. And let me take you through some of the examples here. I hope you might be aware of a company called Ninja Cart. So the way how you have Flipkart or Amazon or other products, we have something called Ninja Cart exclusively for farm produce. What they do is, especially most of the farmers, they have this problem with having better marketplace, right? So because of middlemen, they are not getting the required fair price for their produce. So Ninja Cart is a company, hyperlocal food delivery service company. What they do is they directly procure the fresh vegetables or farm produce from the farmers directly, and they have their own collection center. From there, they take it to the fulfillment center based on the orders. They segregate it. Then that will be given to the distribution center. From there, it goes to the grocery shop, and the grocery shop will deliver it to the customers, or the customer can pick from the grocery shop. So this is how they are creating the value chain here. So right from the farmers to the customers, the fresh produce is supplied. So it's a very popular company. So if you are not aware, please visit their website, understand what exactly they are trying to do. And here it's a win-win situation for customers as well as for the farmers. So farmers are getting better price than what they used to get earlier. So in many cities, these people are expanding. Many farmers, local farmers, they are collaborating with, and that in terms it's creating better opportunities in both the ways for the Ninja card people, as well as for the farmers, as well as for the people who are into like hotels or restaurants. So they get good fresh vegetables at a nominal price. Here is another startup, which is Skycrafts Aerospace Private Limited. So I worked very closely with this company when I was in KLA Technological University, Hubli. I was part of their incubation center. So this guy named Srinivasulu Reddy, so he has developed drones, especially for agriculture purpose, and he has developed different versions of this. The first version which he developed had a payload capacity of 20 liters. Later on, he came up with the smaller drone known as Kisan drone. It is still under development, but it does most of the things that is intended to. And this guy has also developed a cardboard drone that is having its own features like do-it-yourself kit kind of thing. Anybody can just follow the instruction, can also assemble a drone and can fly. So visit his website www.skycrafts.com, where he has clearly mentioned about this Kisan drone. So what is the flight time and what are the challenges they went through to build it. So everything is mentioned. So drones, as I told, definitely they are playing a very big role in agriculture sector. Slowly it has started in India too, but whereas in Western countries it's a big business. So drones as a service, they are already taken on a rental basis for on a hourly basis. So even if the farmer doesn't know how to fly the drone, he can avail the service because dedicated pilots who are licensed to fly these drones, maybe for aerial mapping or surveying or for the spraying of pesticides. So based on different activities, they can use it. So this company is based in Hubli. So since Bagalkot is very near to Hubli, maybe you can plan your visit and have a word with this person. Maybe you can visit his website. Definitely get to know more details about what are some of his or innovations that he have done. Very wonderful guy to work with. So his name is Srinivasulu Reddy. The company name is Skycrafts Aerospace. So the next thing is Sardash Pandey's Durga Nursery. It is in Bijapur district, Indi Taluk. So what they are doing is they have a nursery where I think you might be knowing about bench grafting technology. They get the rootstock from the California and they graft it local species, and they make sure to give all the required supplements in their nursery. And once the sapling is ready for harvesting, they sell the sapling for 150 or 200 rupees per sapling. So they have a very good facility, and definitely you can plan a visit to their nursery. It's in Indi Taluk, Jaipur district. So what is the advantage of this particular technology is that so they have identified a problem in cultivation. Like it takes at least 2 years to get a proper yield. So by using their technology, the time frame can be reduced for up to 6 months. So instead of getting your by 2 years or 2.5 years, you get it by 1.5 years. So the farmer will be saving a lot of cost, which is spent on the pesticides or other thing. Can save a lot of time. So his cycle for a new grape plantation will be reduced. Right? So definitely it's a worth to visit their nursery. Maybe you can check college. Since you guys are in Bagalkot, I don't think this will be too far away for you and visit. Another guy, he is in Bijapur. Maybe your university might be having contact with Bagalkot. He's just a 10th pass guy. He has done diploma or something, I think, or even 10th pass. That's it. So a very inspiring story. So he has developed a lot of innovative products which are related to agriculture, and his understanding of the problem is really good. So in that he goes in depth and comes with a very simple, innovative techniques, and that he implements in his devices. So here you can see a borewell scanner. What this machine does is it has a camera attached to it and the sensors also, and it can go to the feet up to depth of up to 600 feet. So it can tell whether the bore is dry, the direction of the water flow, and it also tell you whether this bore can be used again or not. And if it is a completely drying up borewell, then he will suggest farmers to close it. So it means like his technology helps the farmers to take a better decisions based on the information that he gets it, or analytical information that he gets it. So this was demonstrated in many of the trade fairs and exhibitions, and even he got recognition from the government of Karnataka and even from Rashtrapati of India. So very nice person, down to earth guy. And apart from this borewell scanner, even he has developed a micro irrigation system, whereas you can control your the, pump right from your home. You need not go to the farm and switch on and switch off things. You can directly use your cell phone, and you can give a missed call to a particular number that is registered in the system. So with that, you can turn on and turn off the borewell switch. You need not travel so far. So this saves a lot of time and cost for the farmers. And also, he has come with another innovative product known as a bird repeller. So what you all be knowing, like for certain crops, definitely managing the birds is difficult. So they come and they eat, and then so whatever hard work the farmers have done, it will be gone. So in order to avoid this, he has come with a bird repeller as a system where if any particular bird comes near to the fruits or the crops that have been grown, so it creates different voices of the birds stored in it. So there are certain birds which are scared with the other birds' voices. So it's kind of a small device, that intelligent device that you can say, which helps him to help the farmers to keep away the birds unnecessarily that coming and damage their food crops. So you can go through his profile. Maybe it is available online, or you can check the links that I have provided here in the slides. I'll be sharing the slides end of my session. So read exactly what he has done and how hard it was for him to learn these things. He started his journey like he went to Bangalore without much money with him, stayed with his friends and worked in a small hotel, and he had only a few electronic gadgets that he created out of some waste electronic materials. So that he started his journey. Now he is providing a lot of consulting services to many technology-based companies also. Many agri-tech related startups, they work closely with him, development of innovative solutions. So he stays in Bijapur city only. So you can definitely contact him. So if required, I'll share his contact details with your coordinator. Maybe you can invite him for a session at your college, or you can plan to visit his operational unit in Bijapur city. It's in the ring road itself. And another person who definitely explored the opportunities and innovation in agriculture is Mr. Abdul Khader Narketin. Maybe he's a very popular person. Definitely, you might be knowing about him. So what he has done is, since the last 40 years of his research and his innovative methods, he has developed machines, agri implements, and issues like this. So popularly known with the brand name Nadkat in most of the parts of Karnataka, Andhra, and Maharashtra. He initially developed a tamarind seed separation device. Then later on came up with the plowing blade making machine, seed cum fertilizer drill, the water heating boiler, automatic sugarcane sowing driller, and wheel tiller. So not only this, he has his own research center at a place called Annigiri near to Dharwad. Maybe you can plan a visit there. Definitely, you guys will understand a person without having double degree or a PhD or nothing. So just with his common sense, just with the way the farmers work, he understood what is missing, what is the missing link, tried to do a lot of experiments and came up with very innovative devices. So these are some of the innovations that you people should be aware of. So I suggest college authorities to invite such people to your campus, or maybe you can take your students there and make your students to understand what is that grassroots level innovation means. So definitely that will be worth visiting. Recently, I came across one of the news article is about the hydroponics farming done by one of the journalists, ex-journalist. So what he did is uh, he got to know that a lot of pesticide residue is left on the most of the food crops, fruits that we eat, and that leads to some diseases like cancer. So, his friend or relative met with cancer, and he understood that because of the residue that was present, and that fellow consumed it for a long period of time, so he ended with cancer. So he wanted to keep his family members, especially his kids, away from such things. So he started attending a lot of training sessions related to sustainable agriculture. So there we came across technology called hydroponics farming. Completely fell in love with it, understood the concept, and started implementing that in his house. He had his own farm, but he wanted to try it out in his own house. Initially started with small units, then later on when he got a grip over the technology and the process, he converted his entire three-story home into hydroponics farm. So currently he is also providing consulting services to other people who are interested in. Fellow earns around 70 lakhs revenue per year. He has his own company now. Definitely, you can also go through his story. I have provided the link. So there are some of the things. Okay, you need not be a agriculture graduate to innovate something in agriculture domain. So this person who is a journalist, he understood the process, and he started doing something. So since you are already from the agricultural background, definitely you can do better, right? So now I quickly want to understand what was the key takeaways for you guys from my session. So you can just type your answers here. So what did you understand? What did you like? You can type your answers in the chat box. Yeah. Did you like my session or not? Say yes or no. Because I don't want to come with a lot of theoretical information in my session. I wanted to come with some quick examples that definitely you can relate to. I hope my session was useful. So,
The students are requested to respond. You can raise your hand. You can talk also. You can unmute.
okay, so now you can unmute and answer. Just as enable that.
Anybody can raise your hand so that we can unmute. So Vaishnavi.
Yes, you can unmute yourself, Vaishnavi, and you can talk.
We have given that option now. Anybody would like to speak up, they can just unmute and switch on their mic and talk. Vijay, Nekar, Vidya Bhatt, Venkatesh, Yaraguppi, Viresh. You can talk in Kannada also, no issues. Praveen is from
ನಂಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಧಾರವಾಡದವನೇ, ನಂಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay.
Okay, I will not leave unless at least 1-2 people represents. Vanilla, can you put somebody on it? Any of the coordinates are here? Sharvari, I think you can call Sharvari from Bagalkot.
Sir.
Yes, Sharvari, how are you?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. This is Tushar Ayappa from COH Mysore, sir.
Tushar, how are you?
So I'm good, sir. So I would like to start off by saying this session was very interactive, and it's nice that the speaker was also pestering us to ask questions and give feedback. So this was actually it made us get confidence to like, okay, fine, we can at least and one of the facts can be that it was nice. Sir also included other successful entrepreneurs. So by looking at that, we can even get different ideas in which we can improve in their ways, and also that what we can adapt from those situations. So I'd like to thank that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tushar. So a big clap to Tushar for coming forward and sharing his feedback. I would request other participants also. Anybody from Bidar? I can see many people here. Ajay, Ambika, Sudarshan Jadhav. Anybody from Sirsi? So people are only reacting in chats. You all are habituated to WhatsApp chats.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
ma'am.
Sir, I am listening from Bidar.
Yes,
Sir,
please.
Bidar Horticulture College.
Very good, very good. Please tell me, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for because sir is telling about the problems and about the opportunity. So it is very useful for us. While we start a business, before going to business, we have to know the problems. What are the major problems and how to overcome this, and what are the opportunity for us to start a business as we are the students now. So thank you, sir. uh, Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Arpita.
Thank you. One last more before we leave. We are from Bidar, we are from Mysore.
Excuse me, sir. It's Tushar Ayappa again, sir. I have a small question.
Yes, Tushar,
Yes,
please.
yes, Tushar.
Yes. So like you said, that one of the constraints towards entrepreneurship was the lack of labor. So, but sir, in the present situation, there is labor, but due to certain subsidies given to the labor, they expect a higher wage. So the increase or this thing hike in wage prices is actually the major issue. It's not that labor is not available. It's just that
No,
they
that's,
want better pricing.
no,
So
that's what I
how
told.
to how
Like,
do how do we
labors are
combat
there.
that?
Getting skilled labor is difficult, and the government has announced a lot of subsidy schemes for people. No, so most of the laborers are becoming lazy. They don't want to take any hard work. That is what I mentioned.
Yes, sir. So my question is, how do we combat that? So end of the day, you do need labor for certain work to be done. So how to combat that, even though there are difficulties like this? So what are the ways that we can combat these problems?
Yeah, so one of the startup example that I gave you, Durga Nursery, so they have addressed this. So the reason like Indi, Bijapura, so people hardly get well paid. Like so what they do is they either shift to some of the places like Bangalore or other places where they get into construction related jobs because they get better wage there. So these people, Durga Nursery people, what they're doing is they are paying whatever the regular wage is there. Say suppose if let us take for an example, the daily wage is around 400 rupees in a region like Indi. So these people are paying little higher than that, and also during festivals and all, they are giving some more extra money for them, and they arrange the transportation, they arrange space for them to stay. So like this, they are also taking care of their people. So that makes them these people who work on wages, no, they feel responsible and they do extra work. In fact, so it's It's not just, we cannot always blame government to take the measures. It's already like they are doing it. But again, the even equally the startups or the farming big farmers also have responsibility to take care of their people. So that some of the startups are already doing it. But it has to reach to a certain level where everybody understands this and adapt to this.
So like you said, so the best way to address these issues is to provide additional incentives to the laborers so that they
Yeah,
are feeling. Yes. Okay, got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tushar.
Okay, thank you, Praveen. Thanks for taking a very engaging session with a lot of on the ground information where rural innovations are innovations where they made a difference in the whatever the innovation they made, not just for the sake of innovation, but the innovation which address certain problems. Thank you very much. With this, we'll break now. We'll get back at after 15 minutes. Let's say at 350. Thank you very much. Have a break and come back at a 350, 350.